When you found out that Dodge Caravans did not have brake shift interlock, not just yours, but none of them, what'd you think?
Extreme anger. It seems to me that a feature that's so basic as this brake shift interlock, they don't have a good reason not to put it on there.
We wondered if other Chrysler minivan owners know about this problem. So we went to a school to find out if parents think they have brake shift interlock.
I would assume I would, yes.
Then we asked her to try to shift out of park without touching the brake.
Okay, no, I don't have it.
I guess I don't. That's very dangerous. I let my 3-year-old in the car, and he could have at any time thrown this car in gear. Just scares me. Really scares me.
For people who've already been injured in these accidents, we had another surprise. What if I told you that it would have cost Chrysler less than $10 to put brake shift interlock in your minivan in the first place?
Well, then that would break my heart.
Chrysler declined Primetime's request for an interview, but sent us this statement, saying the government doesn't require brake shift interlock, and the company doesn't believe it reduces the risk of these incidents. In this deposition, a Chrysler executive testified the feature was designed to prevent sudden acceleration, not rollaway accidents with children.
We saw no need for the feature. We didn't have any sudden acceleration problems with the vehicle.
But safety advocates say regardless of what it was designed for, if brake shift interlock prevents many rollaways, Chrysler should have put it in.
It's immoral what they've done. People should not die because Chrysler didn't want to put this brake shift interlock in.
But Chrysler says the real issue here is parents leaving kids in minivans unattended.
Did you consider the real-world potential of children inadvertently shifting without having this safety feature?
What would a child be doing behind the steering wheel of a running automobile?
Do you feel that you made a mistake leaving your kids
Yes.
in the minivan with the engine running?
Yes, I do. But I had no idea they could pull it out of gear.
Design analyst Robert Kunitz says Chrysler should have built its minivans for the kinds of mistakes people routinely make.
Perfectly responsible parents may depart from the car for a few moments to do something perfectly reasonable.
In that sense, is Chrysler kind of blaming the parents for these accidents?
Yes, Chrysler is blaming the parents for these accidents.
The company has finally installed brake shift interlock in its 2001 minivans. But some parents now want the government to recall the millions of older minivans still on the road and force Chrysler to put in brake shift interlock. Otherwise, families that still bear the terrible scars have no doubt more parents and children will be hurt.
I think about it every time I see a van going down the interstate. I truly do. I think, do they know that their van can be pulled out of gear by their child? They don't know.
Class action lawsuits have been filed against Chrysler in 12 states, charging the automaker with fraud for advertising its minivans as the world's safest when it didn't have brake shift interlock. Now, if you own one of the minivans, what can you do? Well, the simplest thing is take your keys with you. A rollaway can only occur if the key is in the ignition and it's turned on. And take your child with you. We'll be right back.